Welcome, friends. Retro Commodore Space Magic. This is sort of a strange space game, which, no surprise to most of you that watch this channel regularly, it's a game that I've played before. Joystick port number 2. See, it says it right up there. Okay. Starting off with some score, that's good. This is a game that I got on one of those game compilations you used to be able to get like from Mastertronic and publishers like that, where you would get 3, 4, 5 games in a pack. So it's a weird game. You go around an asteroid belt and collect gems or jewels, whatever, and you process them to get more score and power and whatever else. It's been a while since I played it, but the overall goal is to find the red obelisk, and then you win. So here we have this thingamajig right here. Now, if we just hit return, I think we just accept the gem as it is and get some score or whatever from it. But we can also do things to modify it, like that. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to do to it. You can see on the left-hand side of the screen, under where it says object, it has a value and some different stats. And I think you basically just don't want the temperature to go too high. And the more you do to it, the higher its value goes. So you can do that thingy, and you can do an electrode thingy. I remember the electrode thingy. But all of this uses power, you see. And basically, you want to try to find the red obelisk before you run out of power, and some of these gems and things will also restore your power. Now, you see those things that look almost like dishes, like satellite dish type things below the gem thingy? There's some way to activate those. I can't remember the key. Is it BV? No. S? No. Oh. L is for lasers. L is for lasers. Well, so much for that one. So don't hit L unless you want to. Let's see, how do we get back out of here? But don't hit L unless you want to. I think maybe using the lasers is how you find the red obelisk, but otherwise it does that if it's not the red obelisk. Spacebar. Spacebar entering asteroid belt. Okay, so now here you are. You have to avoid the asteroids. If you hit the button, you have this tractor beam. And the goal is, you see these little yellow dots? That's the space stuff that you want to get into your cargo chute. And you have to line it up very carefully. Like that. If you don't line it up carefully, it like bangs into your ship, and I think it uses even more power. And you can see that the power is decreasing fairly steadily. Let's get 3. 3 total of these things. Is that a good alignment? Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, one more to go. There it is. As soon as we get that, we'll return to the laboratory thing. The laboratory thing, eh? Do all the wooga woogas. Wooga woogas to... Oops, see what I mean? How it bonks into the ship? Okay. Return returns you to the laboratory. So we have more score. This one's temperature is already fairly high. Let's see if we hit the F key. It doesn't do anything. Can we use the E for the electrodes? Okay, that doesn't really raise its temperature any. But of course that uses a lot of power. Is the value going up? No, the value's decreasing. No, the value's increasing. Yeah, power low. Okay, so absorbing that, processing it, did give us some power, but not a whole lot. This one has a really low value. So why can't we use the F key? I guess maybe that's something we need to collect more of on our travels. So I guess we'll just use the electrodes and... Yeah, power low again, so we'll... I guess when you hit the return key, that activates those two dish things, which basically like absorbs the gem thing. So this one has a really low value. What happens? Well, let's just use the lasers. Is it the red obelisk? Nope. It's and there's supposed to be some way you're supposed to be able to get a fairly good idea of if an item might be the red obelisk or not. I have beaten this game before. Yeah, power low. So let's return to the asteroid belt. I guess if your power is really low, then you can just try to absorb the gem thingies as they are without processing them first. Their value will be lower, but it won't take much of any power to just simply absorb them. Oh well. I think we get more than one ship. Yeah, you get multiple ships, and we do get to keep our score. And the new ship has full power. So we return to the asteroid belt to get some more cargo. Now, if you've ever played this game before, I'd be very interested to hear about it in the comments, because I think this is a fairly uncommon game. It's one I certainly haven't seen other people play before, and it's one I just happened to get in a collection of games. So, let me know if you've played it before. Dodging out of the way. We'll pick up one more, just like we did before. Just pick up one more of those thingies. And, of course, continue our masterful dodging out of the way. Oh, this one's moving around, sort of on its own. Little tricky to line up sometimes. That's what the tractor beam is for. Okay, let's return to the lab. So this one has a value of 72, and that type, where it says type under object, that means something too. But we don't have our F thingy. I think the F thingy is supposed to help enrich it. And the electrodes, I don't know how that's supposed to help increase its value. It just is. Okay, let's just absorb it as it is. And I know that if you look at the object's properties, there's some way to tell whether or not it'll tolerate the lasers. And if it does, I think that increases its value quite a bit. Let's try the lasers again. Right now it has a value of 68. Maybe you have to use the electrodes a lot first and then the lasers? Something like that. Well, I mean, we got more score for it. I don't know what good it does, though. We'll just electrode it like crazy. We'll let the power go down to about 250. Okay, and then let's see how much power this gives us. Not too much, only about 100, which of course gets used up really quick in the asteroid belt. This is one of those games where I think if you're not already familiar with it, if you haven't read the instructions before, it's not the sort of game that you can just pick up and figure out like you can some games. With this game, it's very beneficial to read the instructions. As you can see, even though I'm familiar with the game, and I've played it before because it's been a while, there are a lot of little details I'm not familiar with, like the different properties of these different things and how to use those properties when you're trying to enrich the gems. Okay, let's return really quick to the laboratory. This one's worth 120 off the bat. We're really low on power. We'll just absorb it as is. This one's only worth 42. What the heck, why not? Let's just blasticate it. Just blasticate it. At least using the lasers doesn't seem to use any power for whatever reason. This, of course, isn't the best use of our resources, because now we have to enter the asteroid belt again, where your power just drops very quickly. Maybe we can... No, because here goes the power. Here goes the power! Now, we do get another ship, but I think we'll call that for the video. I think this is a good look at the game. So this is Red Obelisk for the Commodore 64. Sort of an interesting space game. If this sort of different sort of game interests you, then certainly go ahead and pick it up. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe to be notified of whenever I post a new video. Liking is always a wonderful thing to do. And tune in again next time for more retro fun.